welcome to This Car Pod.
I'm Kennan.
I'm Nick.
And this is a special Christmas edition of This Car Pod, recorded weeks ago because we are lazy and we don't want to record during the holidays.
I'm in Ohio currently.
Kennan's in Ohio. Nick is God knows where. Anyway, this special Christmas edition, ho, 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 by the way. This special edition, all we're doing is answering previous questions that you've asked us before that we didn't get to. Because we're not filming this recently, so we can't do the news.
You know, I got some future predictions for the news if we did one too.
Okay.
You know,
Should we
some industry predictions. I think that's a good idea.
All right, why don't you start? Let's start there, and then we'll move on into the questions that we've prepared.
Okay. Jaguar is making a New Year's resolution to be back on cars. They're going to start making them, designing them.
Yep.
There will be multiple Stellantis recalls because they're Stellantis. Another EV will get killed. Another V8 will come back. I think it's pretty predictable. If you watch these episodes, you kind of know where the world's going.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate that. Nick, what do you think about Slate?
Oh, yeah.
This is where my populist political beliefs will come out. Because it's affiliated with Bezos, I'm kind of off it.
You know, there are people out there who think...
I know, he's an investor, whatever. If I can avoid Amazon, I do.
Well, so, wow.
Well, so you just don't use Prime?
Nick's getting into politics right here in minute 2.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
we're going to do questions. You guys have always been lovely and asked us questions. And if you want to ask us questions for the next pod, which we're going to record topically, you go to carsandbids.com, you click on the community tab. There's a post there that says, ask us questions, and then you ask us questions. This week, we've gone through weeks of old questions, and I've picked the best ones we didn't answer before. Okay? Are you guys ready? I've got 20-some. We'll probably only get to half of them.
I'm excited for this.
Okay, first question from Doug's Not a Porsche Guy, which, by the way, is true.
Right, he's a Mercedes guy. Get it right.
No, I have no affiliation.
Kia Stinger GT guy.
I did love that car. Doug and friends. You guys are the friends.
Yeah.
What's up?
Santa.
Thank you.
Thank you, Santa.
Big Nick.
Big Nick energy.
Out of all the vehicles you've owned, what was your favorite and why?
Well,
Nick?
I think we all know Kennan's, right?
Kennan's is his E39
I think-
M5.
Yeah.
yes, it will, and it will. Yes, it was.
Kennan likes his E30. I don't know if we've ever made this point in the pod before, but Kennan likes his E39 M5.
I don't think I've ever mentioned that. So yes, I really enjoy my.
If
early
you
2000s.
don't know, he's got a silver, titanium silver.
Yep.
It's a 2002.
Yep. Black sport interior.
Is that the one with the V8?
That's the V8 one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Cool,
it
cool.
is. Yes, it is, Nick.
Nick, you've
Yeah,
had
definitely.
how many cars have you had, do you think?
I've lost count, but enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a really hard question. They're all like great for different purposes. I think if I think about which one I like loved the most, you know, like just has that like weird feeling. It's got to be a B7 Audi.
Really?
I'd say the RS4 was the best one, but like B7s are really what got me like just overboard on cars. So probably the S4 that I had, Olin's, I had a big brake kit, I tracked it.
Wobble bolts.
We had a lot of fun with that car.
Okay, couple things. First off, there's rose-colored glasses going on here.
Yep, absolutely.
Ginger. Even my wife missed
so hold on a minute. So you're the Borrego. You loved your
I did.
Your Murcielago
The Mercy
stick.
stick.
The Borrego was the XP8 was also
The XP8, yeah.
through my head, but I think
Quattro World Forums are paying him to be here today, and he hasn't
Right.
I don't
disclosed
know
that
if
to us.
Quattro
Shout out
World
to
is
Four
still
Rings
around.
Racers and all that stuff. Really? So you did? I mean,
Yeah,
Nick.
yeah,
But-
I've sold
but
5
Ken,
cars on the site.
Pull
now,
up a
by the way.
B7. Pull up a B7.
Right.
I sold like 9.
Okay.
Pull up a B7. No, on the
just in
site. Go
general?
back to the site. Pull up a B7. Let's let Nick go down memory lane.
Yeah, I mean, I think the RS4 was the better car, but my S4 I just loved.
There
That's
you go.
an A4 S line. That's,
No,
that's fine.
that's the one. That's the one. The A4. This is basically what he's talking about. A4 S line.
Yeah, look at that.
It was a
I've
great interior.
I've considered, so I've had the A4, S4, and RS4. I haven't done a cab yet, a convertible,
Yeah.
and I haven't done an Avant yet. So there may be, I'm putting it out there that if a fourth one comes around that is too good to say no to, I wouldn't say no to it.
Dude's a B7 man.
Yeah.
A B7 RS4, I'm legitimately like waiting until they're 25 years old to import one.
A wagon.
Yeah. I've thought about trying
Go
to
back.
convert one, but it's a lot of work.
What else we got here that you would have on the B7 front?
Anything in Sprint Blue.
You had a B7 S4, not a B6.
They were all B7s.
I always preferred the B6. Did you not?
No.
You didn't like those wheels?
No. It was fine, but the B7 was everything but better. It's like the RRC to the P38. It's everything just a little bit better.
I'm going to tell you right now, nobody thinks that.
I think it.
Nobody.
All of my P38 friends think
The
it.
only people who think the P38 was an improvement over the RRC are on the P38 Facebook group.
We'll go ask the RRC guys.
Talking about how undervalued. I had an RRC.
Oh, I'm getting rust repair right now because this car was made poorly. I wish I had a P38.
That's what they're all saying.
No one
one.
with a Range Rover Classic wishes they had a P38. They have enough problems, and their car is better looking and simpler.
They have enough problems because it was V1 of V2.0 of God's masterpiece.
V2 was much worse.
No.
Do you ever like the fact that Land Rover couldn't, you know how BMWs are all E28, E39, E46? Land Rover went through so many BS owners and naming conventions that it was Classic, P38, L322. Makes no sense.
Yeah, none at all.
Absolutely no sense.
They truly are
There was
internal
no
codes. They're not
consistency.
designed to know.
It's a disaster.
So yeah, that's my final answer. I'm locking in the B7.
The B7.
Any variant, even the front wheel drive CVT. I enjoyed
you
that
had a
car
front-wheel drive CVT, right?
Yeah, with that 6 LEDs and a ton of great mods.
Sorry, SLR. Move over, Mercy. Bye-bye, R8. It's the
How can you say that?
Look
platform.
at that! Look at that RS4. The wide fenders.
I agree.
Those are
I mean, the
perfect
RS4 's a great
wheels.
car. Look at your-
They pretty much invented honeycomb mesh. Like that was a new thing in that era.
Yeah.
I mean, they killed it.
But how can you say that?
This
I
is
agree.
the E39 M5 of Audis.
No, totally.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But
But
the
how
A4
can you
is-
say this? You had a stick. He doesn't have enough time for his stick Mercy. You know, I'll tell you this. My first car was a 1996 Volvo 850 Turbo. Pull up an 850 Turbo.
Yeah.
And
The boxy one.
yeah, and it was
5-cylinder, wasn't it?
Turbo 5.
Hell
front-wheel
yeah.
drive. Yeah. Turbo 5, and it looked a lot like that. That's an R, but it does not have R wheels. It has turbo wheels. That was how my car looked. It was white. And
Is that the car you like best?
like you, for years after getting rid of it, I idealized, I miss my 850 Turbo, I miss my 850 Turbo. Years later, I drove one again. And needless to say, haven't missed it since.
The clothes of the boy do not fit the man.
And he would discover that if he got back into a B7.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is it...
I owned
is
a
it that
B7 like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but it was an RS4. If you got back into the B7 front
Well,
track that you just espoused, I have a suspicion it wouldn't last.
Perhaps.
is it-
But I feel like it's a cheat to just say my fastest car or my most expensive
Well,
car.
I mean-
I'm going with the car that I had the deepest emotional bond with, like Kennan and his E39. I was Mr. B7. I lived it and breathed it. It was a seminal point of my childhood and adulthood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got history to you personally. Personally, my favorite car I've ever owned is really hard. You know, like them all equally, et cetera, like Nissan or whatever. I've had 38 cars.
Jeez.
You probably had 38 cars.
If I count diecast. I bet I'm at like 20.
I'm in the hundreds.
But you're moving a lot
I
faster
don't know.
than
Yeah,
me.
it's picking
in
up.
5 years, you're definitely going to be more than me.
Yeah.
You're having like 6 cars a year. It's probably a
know.
violation of
It's
state
getting
law.
close to dealer line.
I'm going to Phoenix next week, and I've already updated my Facebook Marketplace to target hoopties in that area. So, yes, it's a problem.
If you got a Ford Lightning you're trying to offload this Christmas in Scottsdale, in Mesa,
Yes.
put it on Facebook right now.
This is
Nickel
your man.
overpay.
There's a lot of good used Range
You got a
Rovers in
California
Scottsdale.
guy coming in. But I think my favorite is probably the Countach, which I is currently owned and just love dearly.
That's what I
Drive
was-
that car, and I am so excited every time I'm in it.
That's what I was predicting you were going to say.
It's not the most usable. If I only look at cars that I have gotten rid of, that 2001 E55, pull up one of those. I just want to look at it.
Wow.
The 2001 E55 is my.
That's like your B7.
Yeah.
It's not that great by today's standards.
Well, the thing that made it so great was that it was super reliable. It was pretty fast, but it was also roomy and reliable and comfortable. And at the time when I owned it, I was like 25. I didn't need any of that stuff. But in the years since then, I've realized, like, actually, this would be great. And you know how you have that Focus as like a third car that you just sort of use when guests, whatever? I want to get one of these for that.
Yeah, a little
Just
loaner car.
reliable. Yeah, you don't have to treat incredibly nicely. That's the
This
car.
is doable. You know, it's a very achievable dream.
Well, I want a wagon, which is a little
that
bit
makes it
more
harder.
complicated.
That's a little bit harder.
A little bit more.
Then you'll be
complicated.
precious about loaning it out, though, because that's legitimately cool.
This is a 99, and I only do facelift cars.
Well, we haven't had one yet.
No one has. They're uncommon, but I'm starting the procedure of looking for one.
Wow.
But I do like my
Easter egg there.
You got me back into cars.
Good.
You got me deep back on cars. I don't know if by
You
the
got
time,
me off cars. foisting this Arnage onto me, the Multipla.
Come
You guys
on.
are just feeding me bad ideas.
By the time this pod airs, I'm not sure if this will be, if I'll have announced this yet, but I really want an E30 M3 Sport Evo, and I really want a 210 E55 wagon, and I am ready, I think, to buy either one.
Can't wait to hear about this for months after you've already bought one.
You started this.
Cool.
I was off cars.
I'm
for
here for an
3
M3.
years, I didn't buy a car. And
Yeah.
then you showed up and you were like, I'm having all this fun. and then you did dumb stuff and got out of it okay financially.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I can do dumb stuff and get out of it. Look at all these
That's
M3s.
right.
You
That's
see
right.
these? Look at that. Take this car. This is what I want. I want this car, but 5 more horsepower for $150,000 more dollars.
Completely rational.
Sounds great.
Makes good sense.
So anyway, I'm interested. Okay, should we do our next question?
Yes.
I'm so excited to get Kennan's view on. Oh, here's a great one.
Your personal information is more exposed than you think. Data brokers and people search sites can collect your name, address, phone number, even family details, and sell it to anyone with a credit card. It's why stories about data leaks and privacy breaches are everywhere. I've been using Delete Me to take control of my online privacy. Delete Me is a hands-free subscription service that removes your info from hundreds of data broker sites and keeps monitoring it over time. Why Delete Me? They've been the trusted leader in PII removal for over 15 years. They handle everything in-house for security, and their real privacy advisors are available for custom requests. For me, it's been eye-opening to see my dashboard, know what's out there, and watch it get removed, all without lifting a finger. Get 20% off Delete Me consumer plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/DeMuro and use promo code DeMuro at checkout. Or you can use the QR code on screen. That's joindeleteme.com/DeMuro, code DeMuro.
From Atticus Ribble. This is actually on the same vein of what we were just talking about.
Okay.
Dear Doug and friends, again, you're the friends.
Aw.
How sentimental about previous cars are you? As someone in the Kennan camp of car maintenance, I wonder how much emotional weight you carry in cars. Kennan, how sentimental about previous cars are you?
Extremely. I'm a very emotional person, so there are some cars for which my hatred knows no bounds that I've owned. And
We all know what
There's
that
a
is.
sentimentality to
but there
that.
is a
the hate.
sentimentality. Yeah, there is. I feel strongly and very emotionally about all of my cars. But yes, sentimentality drives a lot of the reason that of the cars that I want, the cars that I keep. There's a lot. I'm very emotional about my things, watches too. My things. I like my things.
And by the way, we're in the middle of watch season, folks.
Early days still.
This is watch season.
Yes, I have. Yes, being from Ohio, in the wintertime, you'd put away the cars and you can't use them. So what I do in that time, I'd fill that time by
We
researching
bring out the
watches.
timepieces.
That's right. It's
You know what? You see this thing?
that is really cool.
It's an SLR edition watch. So I'm not
To tag
on
Hoyer, to be
cars.
clear.
I'm on car watches.
Yes. See, Nick gets it.
So
I took it in to get the battery replaced, and the guy's like, "Sir, there's no battery in this. It's an automatic." And so he's like, "You just need to like shake your wrist more." And I left feeling like an idiot.
Well,
it's like pulling up to the gas pump.
I
in a
got some
Tesla.
hard work to do during watch season here.
Okay, when you say that you're sentimental about cars, what do you mean? Like you look at your old cars, you look up their VINs, you think about them, you have glossies on your wall above your bed.
I do think about them. I have mementos from them. So like I have like from my first car, my 525, I still have the window sticker, and I still look back at pictures of that car. I really love that car. It was really loved it.
It was 190 horsepower.
It was, but it was my first. It was a great first car, and it was a manual, and it was blue, and I just really loved that car. But yeah, I look back fondly on a lot of the great memories I've made with all of them. That's the most important aspect of owning any of these cars to me. It's just like the E39. It's like the reason I feel so sentimental about that is I close the door and I'm right back to where I was when I was dreaming about owning that car as a kid, and now I have one. And so, that hasn't faded for me. And the sentimentality is what drives that. So.
Have you ever
And it's a
thought,
great car.
to be a little armchair psychologist here, that you get too attached? Like maybe it causes you to overinvest in maintenance or make sort of illogical decisions.
Well, yes, love is not rational.
Oh,
so
that's
like,
beautiful.
so
I would argue that it's important to love things that can love you back, like how I love Nick.
yes, but the M5 provides me with so much joy every time I use it that
It does
yes,
love you back.
that-
Okay.
In a way, it provides me what I'm looking for from an automobile. So yeah, it gives me what I want. Then yes, it is very expensive and things, but I just want it to always function and I want it to be around for as long as I can drive the car.
So, no surprise, the person who spends so much money on the car is invested sentimentally and emotionally invested in the car. Now.
Yes.
Isn't that called commitment bias?
I'm not sure. Is
Or
it?
I think it's more of a sunk cost fallacy, actually.
No,
But
No,
there's
it's
so
not.
there's like
It's so fallacy.
well, I mean, you sunk a lot of money into it, so therefore you feel like, oh, I gotta like love this.
But that's
car.
not.
but he actually
so
loves
deep. Like,
it.
oh, I'm in
This
so
is
deep, I might as well
true love.
keep going. That would be sunk
You know,
fallacy.
you can tell sometimes when you're with people and there's some stuff. No, this is true love.
Yeah.
He truly loves. It's not like one of those situations where you know the couple and you want to say something to the guy like you should get out of this, or to the woman like I don't think so. To this, this is a merger of equals.
That's my favorite part of the holidays is catching like couples that are normally very harmonious, just like quietly bickering. You know, it's like, you get the dogs in the garage. You know, like, and you're like, oh my gosh, they're gonna murder each other when we leave. But like, we're just getting like the little brown M&M, like the first canary in the coal mine before they just, you know, treat Kennan
boy.
like an E39 M5
This
last
is
summer.
hitting home. Nick's family in Ohio. It takes us back to that Panera
Not
bread.
even my family, but just
Nick, do you
bread bowl.
get sentimentally attached to your cars? Do you think about the Money Shift TTRS?
no. I think the velocity at which I've been turning over cars, I think I'm probably, if anything, over or too unsentimental towards the cars. But I have fond memories of them, and then I have recreated the P38 experience. I have thought about getting another Celine XB8, so I'd say like it's a balancing act.
But do you, specifically the ones that you have, do you ever mourn their loss? Do you think about them? Do you have keepsakes?
Funny enough, the Mercy. So there's been a few cars like that B7 S4. I tried to sell it once, and then I like backed out. I'm like, I can't sell it. I just love this car too much. I regretted doing that, and then like a year later, I sold it for way less money. So now I've kind of like realized once I get the itch to sell a car, it's time.
Right.
And waiting is only worse for me. So I've sort of learned to just listen to that. Like the Mercy, I still loved that car, but I was also like, it's time. And I know it's time, and it's time for something new. And if I hold off now, I'll wait 6 to 12 months. I'll probably get, you know, it
Right.
just like all the signs are pointing it to it's time to let go.
So when you let go, you let go.
yeah, now I've like totally let go. I'm still in the owners groups and like poking around a little bit,
But
but
you
I
don't have emotional attachment.
I don't have a
to the
yearn to
car.
get back into a Mercy right now. So.
Okay. The question was, how sentimental about previous cars are you? My answer is literally zero.
Yep, I knew that about you. Yeah, which is
Literally zero.
You had trouble letting go of your Defender 90. I feel you were sentimentally attached.
no, he didn't.
Nope.
He was. All of us, many other people in his life were attached to that car. But
All
not
my
him.
friends,
We
You can't
spent
sell it. You
months
can't
trying to
sell-
talk you into, like, helping you talk off the ledge between that and the G cab. I feel like.
I definitely am attached to the G cab, which I currently own. I have no attachment to the yellow car. I sold it to a guy in upstate New York.
Don't you famously look up the Carfax of all
Yeah.
your vehicles?
I Carfax them once a year.
That's a
but-
little stalkerish.
No,
you know?
I don't. Listen,
That's like, oh yeah, I look up my high school girlfriend on Facebook once a month, but I'm
Maybe.
I'm over it.
It depends on the purpose. I mean, like I look up some people from high school just to make sure that I'm living better than them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Nick understands. Lives in the biggest
all
house in his
people.
neighborhood, had a Lambo.
But right, he's got his profile picture, Nick in a Lambo and a race suit.
Actually, I'm rocking the QP5 on Facebook. Thank you. I'm humble.
But I do Carfax them. I'm always curious to see where they went, but I never like yearn. There is not a ounce of me that wants any of those cars back. I never want to hear from the people who have them. I do not care if they get in accidents and totaled and destroyed, which some of them have. I don't care if they kill people in Florida, as one of them did. None of it matters to me.
Wow.
But there are experiences you would like to repeat. The W210 being a good example.
But to me, that was a thing. It was a thing of metal and glass and bolts. Like I can get another thing like that. And honestly, that car now has 150,000 miles on it. I don't want that thing back. I want a different thing that probably provides me with a sort of similar. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Certainly the experiences in some of the cars. I enjoy the memories. This one being the best example of that. But like, I'm not trying to buy one of these back. And if I was, I would, you know, like anybody who's, I miss this car. Well, why don't you get one? I don't miss it that much. It's not like any of these cars I can't buy back. I know some people who are in that situation where they sold a car and then
Yeah.
the values took off and they can't afford. Like I can get a W210. It's a $14,000.
Right.
But like if I really missed it, I would, but I don't.
You know, the cars I yearn to get back are ones that I never owned, but I had like a exposure to it. So examples, my dad's friend had a 1967 GT500 KR Mustang.
Oh, wow.
That he
Wow.
let me drive in high school and do a burnout.
Oh.
And so I always, whenever I see a green with white stripe GT500
Wow.
KR, I look at the Carfax and figure out, okay, was this in Columbus? And if
Yeah.
so, maybe it's the one and I should buy it. My grandpa had an E-Type
Wait,
Jaguar.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Same
Kennan,
thing.
do you want to ask him about it?
Well, Columbus.
How do you look at the Carfax
If you don't-
from this?
Well, not a Carfax, but you can look at the ownership history and stuff
You get
like
a Marty
that.
report.
You can kind of figure it out.
Marty? That's
Not Carfax, but usually it's like some level of owner documentation still in there.
You post on the forum every couple
like
years.
when someone comes up for sale, you look to see, was this the one?
write up on the listing.
Would
site
you
usually
buy
says.
such a car?
I don't. Those in particular are very expensive, but my grandpa's E-Type, same thing. If that came around and it could be buyable for the right price, I'd be like, oh, sentimentally.
You know, anytime
cool.
anyone does that, I always wonder, like, after the first couple years, are you just like, well,
I don't even think it's. I was my first couple weeks.
because you
months,
got
maybe.
Grandpa's E-Type, and it's like, okay, we got Grandpa's E-Type, but at some point you have a vehicle in your garage that you don't
Yeah.
use much, and Grandpa sat in it 45 years ago, but like, well, I mean, I'm not sentimental about cars or property or anything like that. I don't get into that kind of stuff that much. But I guess there are some people who would not feel that way. But to me, it's like, when you're done with it, you move it on and you don't think about it again and you hope never to hear from the guy who bought it. Now, the guy who bought this, which is the car that I was certainly had the most personal attachment to, he does send me message every so often. I like to hear what's going on with it, but I don't look at the pictures and think, oh.
Yeah. My Ferrari, the guy who bought my Ferrari sends me a note every now and again to tell me that the car has been perfectly reliable for him. He hasn't had an issue, and I'm like, every time, but nonetheless.
My Hernage guy messaged me.
It was the same guy, right? Isn't this?
No, different guy.
Different
The guy bid on mine but did not win it.
Oh.
And he said the battery was dead because the alarm went off the entire way from San Diego to Tennessee. But he's like, I figured out how to turn the alarm off, and it's great. This thing is so fast and fun. But
Oh my God.
car shipper's gonna ship, you know?
Yep.
All they said is they get it from point A to point B. They didn't say they'd turn off the alarm.
Okay, next question. The dude drove it with the alarm going to hold.
I guess. I mean, presumably the battery died somewhere in Texas.
Yeah,
but
if it killed the battery.
Hey man, when we're hauling across the country, can't hear it.
The reason
Turn the
was
music
you had a there's like an alarm sensor in it or something.
yeah, I think like a toe sensor, so it was at a tilt, and that was enough. But
Yeah. Okay, next question. This one is from Sebway, and I want you both to weigh in on this, even though it's for me. I want to hear your takes before I provide my monstrously outsized, ridiculous outburst take. From Sebway. Question for Doug. Have you heard of the Rare Shades Festival?
no,
It's a festival dedicated to Porsche cars in different colors from the Paint to Sample program. You've never heard of this?
No.
My question is, how much would they have to pay you to attend, or will he attend next year's event now that he's officially a Porsche guy?
Let me do the math.
Will I attend?
I carry the one.
Under absolutely no circumstances ever. But the question is, how much do they have to pay me? I mean, I would probably do it for 100 grand post tax.
100 grand post. You wouldn't do it for 50 grand post?
Where is it? Is it in LA, you think? If it's in LA for 50 grand post and I can go up and go back the same day, I would talk about it.
What's it called?
Rare Shades Festival.
Okay.
If it's in the Bay, 100 is my number, seriously. Nick, tell me your thoughts on the Rare Shades Festival.
would I go or would you be convinced?
No,
to go?
what do you think about people meeting up to show off the colors of their Porsches?
I mean, it is great in that it gets all of those people off the road and away from me at one time. That Cars and Coffee in that area, in that vicinity that week will be amazing because like all of those people will just be elsewhere.
Yeah, they're elsewhere. They don't have to come to our Cars and Coffee.
It's at a Ritz-Carlton too. This is
First in Canada.
it's like as you would say, it's like they're making fun of their own customers, you know?
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Well,
What I've discovered is that there is a large contingent of Porsche enthusiasts who care more about their spec than the driving experience of their car. And I think it's probably the single most pathetic thing that goes on in the automotive industry today.
I do think it's actually, for those people, though, that'll be really fun. I do think buying the car in the right color is incredibly important. So I can agree with a lot of it. I think the problem is that they just take it a little too far,
But
to your
they
point.
buy the car and only want to talk about the color.
Right,
And like we have that mutual friend on Instagram who did like a Oscar thank you. Like an Oscars Academy Awards thank you message to his dealer. I want to thank Porsche of whatever for the opportunity to buy this paint to sample car. It was like, this is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And the fact that they then don't drive the cars, like the driving experience is the thing.
Yep.
The cool color is cool. And I'm into the people who buy it for the driving experience and then also get some weird color, and that's cool. I'm into that. But the people who attend these things, 0 mile trailer to the thing, factory recommission because they wanted this. F that.
Yeah.
That is sad.
Yeah, I agree. I remember earlier this year seeing a GT3 RS, brand new one. You know, cars designed to be driven hard on the track, like really take the abuse.
Yeah.
And it was a PTS color of some kind. And this guy just got out of it and immediately started drying it off because it had been slightly sprinkled on with rain. You're missing the point.
That happened at Cars
You're
and Coffee
missing-
with a certain mutual friend who was a little worried about some dew on their spoiler this week.
Yes,
Yes.
Gary, his F355 was a little worried.
I just don't get into any sort of behavior. To me, a car is about the drive.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the thing about the rare shades thing is it is literally the opposite of that. It's like you're celebrating like the way it's optioned in the spec. Nice spec, oh my God, that spec is so nice. And I just think that is so far from the intent. And those people want to do that, that's fine, but I just would prefer they not come to my events or talk to me. Dude, the biggest problem since getting the arena, since the turbo, all of them come up to me now.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had this, I got it, and it's in flush and blue and orange, and I don't know what that is, and I don't care. Like I truly don't care. Oh, I got one with no sunroof. It was only no sunroof for 6 months in '87. Literally, I'm not one of you. I joke about not being a Porsche guy, but like I can't handle those. Like mentally, I can't handle those conversations. Like don't come at me with that.
You would appreciate. So I broke my other MacBook and I took it in for a repair, and the guy recognized me as Doug's friend.
No way.
But he wasn't authorized to help me. So he just chatted with me for like 20 minutes while I was waiting for my actual appointment. But it was like, oh boy, I hope he's not a PTS.
No, they
kind of
never
guy.
are.
But he
The
was
people-
actually a cool enthusiast. But sometimes you get trapped in those conversations where
Right.
you're like, I literally can't leave. So.
But again, I understand why, because the cars are so ubiquitous because they're mass-produced cars that Porsche just pumped out.
Yeah.
And so if you want to distinguish your '87 Carrera, like different colors, a big deal. So like, I get that, but
The
I agree.
story that is
plus
untold
those cars
about
don't drive very well.
the
so.
story that's untold about that exact thing is that like ultimately these cars are not that special. They're special almost entirely because of the way they drive.
Yeah.
But if you're not capable of exploiting that, then you go down the it has a cool spec kind of thing.
Bonus
And-
question related to this. What festival, if it was incredibly tailored to a very specific niche, would you go? I would do
That's a good question.
the Rare Colors Festival or whatever for B7 RS4s. There are 4 Suzuka gray ones on the planet. One has been totaled. If all 4 showed up, I would be there. I would pay $100,000 to attend.
Suzuka gray. It wasn't the most common
It's like
color.
a slightly off-white. It's white with like a touch of gray, but it's
Nick,
perfect.
you're sitting here complaining about
Perfect.
I hope those Porsche people are off the road so I don't have to deal with them. He's over here talking about Suzuka Gray. One of the 4 has been totaled.
It's a B7. It's God's chariot. It's different.
No, it isn't.
What weird event would you attend?
You would go to like a G cab.
I mean, I would go to.
I would
G-Cab.
never
Yeah.
go to any event with fellow G-Cab owners. I got to think about
you.
what
It would be legit. You have Travis Scott, Kylie Jenner.
I would never want to be around
I
a
would.
G-Cab.
I would go to a non-red Ferrari event where all the Ferraris were every color
Ooh,
except for
that's
red.
cool.
There is no like
Cool.
color event that I would.
I'm saying if you had to pick one of these, you're saying
You would go to like a press color event.
I would go to
Press
That would be
color.
good.
That would
Press,
be pretty
press
good.
colors of normal cars from the 1980s, 90s through 2008.
Yeah.
That's all I want. Press colors of normal cars. I want to see like the Dodge Intrepid in that weird light blue that they had. I want to see the Cadillac CTS in the copper. Like that's yes.
You know the other-
coin slot Maxima in the copper.
E46 M3 in Phoenix yellow.
It's not normal enough.
The other color event we could do that I would go to, and you would too, would be the Sultan of Brunei Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Any
Oh, yeah.
yellow on red car or red on yellow car, as well as any car that was rescued from him may attend.
Or golf-themed interior car.
yeah. If you have like a Golf interior, that counts.
That counts.
What about Harlequins? That's a festival I'd go to.
Yeah.
Volkswagen Harlequin Golfs.
It'd be interesting.
It'd be an interesting crowd. I
We're
wouldn't want
getting
to talk
close to
anybody.
Radwood at that point.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of all of us, honestly. Taylor's right into Radwood.
Yep.
This episode of This Car Pod is brought to you by AutoCast. And as a parent like me, this is honestly one of the most useful in-car products I've come across. You plug AutoCast into a car that already has wired Apple CarPlay, and it gives you wireless CarPlay, which is great. But the real reason I love this is the real-time rear view feature. It lets you see your baby, kids, or even pets live on your car's screen while you're driving. There's no recording, no uploading, nothing stored anywhere. It's just a live feed, so you get peace of mind without any privacy concerns. It also has night vision, so you can clearly see what's happening in the back seat on nighttime drives, plus a 150-degree wide angle that shows the entire row of seats. And it's easy to install, either strapped to the headrest or clipped onto the seat's metal rods. AutoCast even stays updated with over-the-air firmware updates. So if you're a parent like me who just wants to glance at the screen and know everything's okay in the back seat, check out AutoCast and use my code DOUG20 to enjoy 20% off all products across the entire website. Okay, next question, and this is a good one for the two of you as people who come from the middle of the country. From Camoon. Dear Doug, not car related, what's your connection to Nantucket? I know you spend summers there, etc. When you make the drive there, which state has the best scenery and which state has the worst?
Well, sorry, Nebraska. I think that's probably, depending on which route you take, Nebraska. I've driven across the country many times as well. I think that, Nebraska, it just goes on and on.
From Ohio, you go through Nebraska. I've driven through Nebraska, but I've not on that drive driven through Nebraska.
Not the best. Have
you ever driven? No, your longest drive was to Monterey.
Probably, or Sedona.
Can you imagine?
The guy doesn't like to drive. You know what he should do? Go to a Rare Shades festival.
I don't like monotonous road trips.
Monotonous. You see the country.
You get a respect for how big this beautiful nation is. I think once you're west of Denver and you start to get into the mountains, then it becomes pretty special.
I-70 through Colorado is the most beautiful section of interstate in the country. There's no question about that.
I think it's just. When I did it the first time, I had driven and skied there, so I knew what it was like, but my friend Ryan hadn't seen it. And to watch someone experience that for the first time is
that
really cool.
Specifically that stretch of interstate, because interstates are normally so wide and slow and boring with small curves, and that one is like tunnels. When I was a kid growing up in Denver, when you're coming down the freeway, up the freeway I-70, there's runaway truck ramps everywhere.
Yes.
And I just, as a kid, I thought all freeways must have runaway. Like that's normal. That was normal. That was the only freeway we ever drove on. It must have runaway truck ramps. And I discovered later that that's not actually normal.
Whereas in Nebraska, you can just kind of just go off the road. The whole state's like,
well, you don't lose your brakes because you're not riding your brakes.
Right.
But it literally never occurred to me as a child that was something that wasn't just commonly done in interstate highways. It's really beautiful. However, on that drive across the country in Nantucket, I take to go through the South, and I'm gonna throw you a curveball here. Most beautiful state, Arkansas, Tennessee. Love Arkansas.
Really?
Arkansas, there are times I'm on that drive, my family's not with me, right? And I'm like 2 days on the road away from my family. And I get off to get gas in Arkansas, and there's trees everywhere, and there's like a little creek, and there's like a swamp kind of, and like this beautiful birds. And I think to myself, I could just keep going. I could just get off onto this county road and buy myself a nice property in Arkansas. And raise chickens,
Right. Well, okay.
It is so beautiful. The South is so beautiful, and specifically the densely green South.
Yeah, I've developed a real affinity for the South. Even when we went to IMSA, we went to Road Atlanta, and just like the roads out there, sort of near Buford and stuff, and how beautiful the lakes.
A lot of trees.
Really, just
East
trees
Tennessee.
and
We
quiet.
have friends in Chattanooga, and I love Chattanooga. I'm on Chattanooga Zillow all the time, and I'm always dreaming.
Always dreaming. Good.
Meanwhile, Nick's favorite spot is Mesa, Arizona.
Wait, so you're saying most beautiful state, either Tennessee or Arkansas, your least favorite state?
East Tennessee on the interstate, that I drive through, because western part of Colorado is incredibly beautiful, but East Tennessee on the interstate, you drive through some beautiful mountains and cross some incredible winding rivers and hillside. Yeah, the worst state to drive through on that drive, I guess it's Oklahoma. I'm a guy from the middle of the country. I love the middle of the country. I love a lot of those places. I don't hate any of those places. It's North Texas. I will take that back. I-40 through North Texas is the worst part of the world.
Just nothing. Sorry
to say. I think that's Amarillo. And if we've just lost our Amarillo viewers, I'm sorry, but also, you know.
And Nick, so you've never done this drive.
I've never done a cross-country drive. Don't really have an ambition.
So you don't really have it.
Once I was cruising through Galveston and I saw a Lambo driving.
Cruising through Galveston?
Pretty sure it was a Lambo, dude.
As
Pretty
you do?
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the all-time greatest car YouTube video.
It is.
Way better than any of mine.
Nice.
Okay, next question. This is the great question that we've gotten this week. Hey, Doug and friends from This is Patrick06. Again, you're the friends. Just a quick question. Have you guys ever heard of the Audi A1 Clubsport Quattro? Pull it up.
Of course.
This car, I don't want to talk about this car, actually, because I feel like I'm worried the values are going to go up, and when it's finally legal,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're so cool.
I'm not going to be able to grab one. I'm telling you right now, there is no car that I want to import more than this car.
Yeah, that.
None.
Oh, that is so cool.
Nick, tell us your thoughts as an Audi man.
I mean, what's not to like? It's such a good size, tons of power.
What this was a little. So A1 was like a super mini, like the smallest hatchback that they made. But while most of these were front-wheel drive, tiny, city cars to get people into the Audi brand early.
Yep.
So this one, they made, for some reason, a high-performance version, the A1 Quattro, which had 260 horsepower and all-wheel drive. In this car, it's incredible. And it's so cool. They had white wheels.
It's funny, although if this were done aftermarket, you would just be like, this is the worst thing I've ever. And it kind of looks like a SEMA build. Just throwing that out there, like those OZ wheels are rotiform wheels. That wing, like
So right.
He is right.
Give me an A1 and a couple cold ones. I can build you one that looks identical.
They only made 330. Yeah, but you can't put all-wheel drive in it. That was
ECS
a big
tuning
thing.
probably has all of this in stock. They'll ship it out of Ohio.
That's right.
I think this is one of the. They didn't do a stick, but I think it was a dual clutch, and I think it is just one of the. I love cars this size, and I love like toss around cars like this. I'm not a front wheel drive guy. Not a lot of car people are, and so having an all wheel drive system in this car, it must be so.
It
much
would
fun.
be.
I want one so bad.
Yeah, I support that.
And if I had to kill Kennan to get one, I would.
I wouldn't be that upset about it
Yeah.
myself.
I'd think about it. That's my thought on it. Now these cars were like 2011, so we're a long way away.
Yeah.
10 years still.
Oh, that could be you.
That could be me.
Skidding across the
Now
gravel pit.
I did get one imported Audi that was disappointing.
Yeah, slightly. Two actually.
Look at that, by the way, go back
The
to
RS2
interior.
counts as well, doesn't it?
That was the one I was talking about.
What about the A2?
Oh yeah,
You've got two
I've
imported
only been disappointed by imported
Yeah.
Audis. The interior was so cool. Look at this, Nick. We could be sitting in this right now.
Yep. Again, SEMA build
It
or
is kind of
OE.
adjacent.
Even, especially with the speed hunters.
And you know what? At every
Watermark.
place, everywhere you took it,
Yeah.
people would think.
Oh
it
yeah,
was
for sure.
some dumb aftermarket build. They only made 333 of them for the whole world, and I think it is just one of the coolest cars on the planet. I really, truly do.
I agree with that.
Okay, next question from Tennessee Cool Cat into our section
All
of
right.
Kennan questions from Tennessee Cool Cat. Is no one going to talk about the hypocrisy of Kennan buying a tip? Everyone seems to be avoiding the conversation intentionally. Kennan, what is your justification, just like everyone else has, for their own reason that they bought a tip? And by the way, there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, I've owned all manual cars except for my twin turbocharged V12 Mercedes. So, you're right. You got me there.
So your point is, it's
No,
okay to buy a tip if you get one that has 1,000 pound-feet of torque.
Yeah.
If you're getting a Rentec tuned SL65 or a Dodge 3500 Power Wagon, then you can buy a tip.
Yes, I've always wanted an SL65, and I felt for the longest time that one of its shortcomings was its transmission. I don't actually feel that way that much anymore about it. That car is so point and shoot, and you kind of want it to hold on the gears. The auto suits the nature of
Absolutely.
as a lot of AMG cars.
Absolutely.
kind of
I've
suited
tried
by
to
an
make
auto.
this point to some of us, and he doesn't accept it.
No, well, I,
mean, they
don't know.
don't.
He seems to be more accepting of it now. But I think that, yes, I always wanted that car, and while it doesn't have a manual, I have to say I've really enjoy it anyway. I do think that I agree that generally I always want a manual, and since I'll likely have my M5 for a long time, I still get that joy. But and I think that most fun cars should be manual. But nonetheless,
You wanted
I'm
the
happy.
experience.
Yeah, and
Your
I-
justification is you wanted the experience of this crazy car. A lot of people's justification is, I get tired. No, actually, I don't
that
mind.
ain't me. I'm not tired.
I don't mind having tip cars. I have a bunch. However, I want to point something out. You got half tips. You got all tips. You don't have a manual car at all right now.
He's got the Fiat.
It doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Not only is it broken, but he's desperately trying to get out of it. I, however, have a majority of manuals.
Yes, I'm a 50-50 split at the moment. My next car will be a manual for sure.
I'm 4/7, which works out to 57% manuals. Nick, do you have any?
Just edges me.
Do you have any anything to say about that?
No, and the next few cars I'm in the market for are all automatics.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Nick's moved on. He's getting older. He's getting grayer.
That B7 is getting further in his rearview mirrors.
Yeah. Pretty soon he'll be like a B7 RS4, but I wish they had made an auto.
If only they.
That Tiptronic was just so satisfying to put into gear and then push over to the.
It's hard to Carfax your old cars when we're driving a stick. You need the hand free. Type in those long.
You're
ends.
not driving a stick.
Exactly. I'm being productive. I'm doing deals at the stoplight.
Big business.
That's interesting. Yeah, you guys are now auto people.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that.
The viewer is very astute on our deep state conspiracy of burying that news story.
I didn't bury
But
it
the
at all.
truth is out. The shocking truth revealed.
No,
Right, a car that was
Kennan has
made
a tip.
only as an automatic.
everybody on this pod has always been like, only manuals. And then they all end up with automatics. Filippo, Mr. Only Manuals himself, has an automatic. He's got an automatic. I'm the only one for my fun cars who's never deviated. I've never had a fun car with only 2 pedals, ever, in my entire life.
Time to man up and get a Veyron. And guess what trans that's going to have? A tip.
Next Kennan question. This question is for Kennan, and this is a good one. And then we have a Nick question. Kennan, this one is for Kennan. Kennan, we all know how much you love your M5, but is it your M5 that you love, or is it the E39 M5 in general? If a lower mileage M5 in your dream spec with extensive service history became available, would you sell the M5 you have now in order to get it? That's from OP Starfish.
Really good question.
Yeah.
I have run into this situation before. And honestly, it is my M5 that I love specifically.
Wow. Dude doesn't even love the E39 M5.
Yeah.
I do love them
Because it's a
all.
rare
just like-
shade of silver, and another silver.
Yes, that is true. But yeah, no, I think it has become, for a time, the answer to that was yes, because I didn't want a silver one specifically. I didn't want an O2. I didn't want the black interior. That's not what I wanted. And that's exactly what I got. And so for a while, the answer would have been yes. But as I've grown to as I've grown with this car, I don't see having.
You
another
wouldn't
one.
swap out. Let's say
Unless it gets totaled, don't think I would.
Let's say Sunburst Yellow becomes available. All right, the famous
Dakar yellow, we'll say.
whatever it is. The famous yellow car comes available.
I don't really want the banana. There are colors like.
What do you like?
Interlagos.
There is one. So there are 2 that come to mind. There's one Estoril Blue E39 M5 in the United States. It was painted by BMW individual. It's an 03. It was in Georgia last. I remember finding the M5 board
It looks
close about
nice
and being like,
too.
it looks
We'll post a picture of
fantastic.
it. It looks so good.
There's one that's in Eastern Europe. It's the only one that was made in topaz blue, which was my 525 color, and I loved that blue. It's a really nice blue. It's the blue of the Z8s. It's that blue. And so if one of those came up, I think that would really push me. But there's
those would
only
be
one
crazy.
of each. So like they made more Astro ones, but usually they're UK cars and right-hand drive.
It's like my Suzuka Gray RS4.
Like yes, that you're.
We're keeping tabs on them, but they'll just never be an option.
Your
for us.
elephant actually is white. Mine is yeah.
Next question from Cool Man Food. This question about me, but to you guys. Dear Doug, you talk all about how exciting it is to have certain cars in your friend group. Like, for example, an SLR. I'm curious, was anyone in your friend group excited for the 993 Turbo, or has it ended up being a car just for you? No one cares about the 993 Turbo. In our friend group, in public, no one cares.
I like the car, and our friend Sam was into it.
Yeah.
His
The
wife
Porsche
was
guys in
really
our group,
into it.
Edison and Sam, are
Nick hates
pretty happy.
Nick actively does not like the car. He thinks it's a radically stupid money.
No, I'm into it. I would never follow your footsteps here, but
The same week I got it, he spent the same money for an SLR. And I got an old 911 Turbo where
precisely.
where the fan belt sensor warning light is permanently on. Listen, that car is a great example of a car that is only for the person sitting in the driver's seat. And I have other cars that impress people when I drive them around, but that is absolutely not it. But I am impressed by driving it, and I think there's benefits to all of that. Your SLR, people are like, whoa. Meanwhile, you get in your Focus, and then you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah. You feel
Right.
that.
I see the Focus STs out there.
Well, I'm happy for you, but that's and I do love the 993. I think it's one of the all-time great 911s.
I will say,
911 generation.
as undesirable as the car has been among members of the public and our friend group, who barely even batted an eyelash at it when I pull up in it, we've made it like a tradition that we all like show up when someone's car is getting delivered to see it. All of us would like take off of work and like go to the trailer and, check out the car. 993 Turbo came, people like, well, okay. Lunch.
I will agree. Other than the reason I'm happy about it is because it signifies you being back on cars openly,
Right.
and not buying these BSE cars that were like, $6,000. What's the snail
A-class?
car? The S Cargo.
The thing I was going to say though is quickly in my world, it has become a huge hit. And I haven't driven my other cars in a while.
Did you drive the Countach? Well, I mean, you
Not
drove
really.
the Countach recently.
Not much.
Not a
And the
Porsche
Ford
guy.
GT I am never using, which is so sad because I did take it out the other day and I love it so much. But
Poor Ford.
the 993's, you know, practical.
Because you can take your kids in it, is that
That's a big part of it. Also, the holiday season is a time for practicality. I often am running errands.
Yep.
I had to go pick up ice the other day. Ford GT has literally no storage.
That's true.
Literally none.
After we finish wrapping, I'm returning a toilet bowl cover to the UPS store right above. So I'm with you. You gotta be ready. The P38 it delivers.
Okay, next
I was
question.
gonna lock the car, but the lock doesn't really work, and you're like, it's a toilet. You know,
The whole car is the toilet.
if you need a new toilet seat cover, go ahead.
He's got a toilet
It's
and a
fine.
toilet. Ah!
Toilet squared. We're really excited to have Summit Racing as our sponsor for the podcast today. If you're not familiar, Summit Racing is one of the biggest names in automotive parts and accessories in the US, offering everything from crate engines to brake kits, tools, and performance parts. One thing that always blows me away about Summit Racing is their call center team. Every time I've called with a question, I've talked to someone who really knows cars, real in-depth advice from people who actually understand what they're working on. It's not scripted or surface level. They're true enthusiasts and true professionals. Summit Racing is still proudly US based and is owned by its original founder with 4 retail locations across the country. These stores are absolutely incredible. And for anyone interested in cars, if you're near one, make it a point to visit one. I did when I lived in Ohio and it blew my mind. Right now, Summit has so many ways to save and upgrade your ride. Their Summit Racing Rewards program lets you earn 1 speed point for every dollar spent on eligible items through the Summit Racing app. And just 250 points gets you $5 in Summit bucks. Summit is also the low price leader with their beat a price guarantee. They'll beat a domestic competitor's final price on an identical in-stock product upon verification. They're also constantly expanding their lineup too, with Summit brand products like crate engines, connecting rods, lifters, brake conversion kits, and more. For the best current deals, check out Saving Central. The link is in the description.
Porsche Weenie asks, question for all three of you. If you were comfortable taking the approach that other automotive YouTubers had towards financing their cars, what would your collection look like? I think about this all the time. Because I watch these guys and I know some of their financial situations, either from them personally or from being told about it and I know what's going on behind the scenes. And I know that everybody's always, some of these YouTubers, everybody's always like, you're complaining about this, but you're a rich YouTuber. I want to chime in and be like, you have no idea how close that dude is to personal bankruptcy. But unfortunately, I don't do that. I own all my cars, but I wish I could be irresponsible. In which case they said, would you have an F40? Yeah, I'd probably have an F50, honestly. What would you get?
I don't know. I mean, I probably would stretch back into that 100,000-ish, like, probably, for me, probably a 575 or something like that. I would stretch back into. Like, it's just not the right time to spend $100,000 on a car again, like I did with.
What about a 599?
It's so funny you mentioned that. I was this past weekend. There was a manual swapped 599 at Cars and Coffee. That car gets more appealing by the day to me, even over the 550 and 575. Like that engine just hits you in the face, you know. And
it does, which actually is one of the reasons why the drawback of a manual with that car is it's so fast that if you're doing any sort of real speed driving, the manual is like too much almost. But you still want a manual.
Because most of the time you're not driving like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think 599 and then doing the stick conversion. And if I were brave like Nick, because you look at a 599, it's $10,000.
You look at 599, it's $10,000.
So 599 is probably. It's a good point. That's probably the one. That's probably the one for me.
What
about you?
Nick,
I feel like I'm inching dangerously close to what he's describing in the first place. Every YouTube video I produce probably nets me a massive 4-figure loss in terms of all the maintenance I did to make like $30 in AdSense back. So I'm kind of what he's describing.
Right.
If I were willing to get more leveraged, I would have a second fun car. And you and I agree on this so much, but an XJ220 or an S7, something punishingly expensive to own that you will literally never see again. It'll be the only one that you see driving anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Something like that that's just beyond ridiculous.
XJ220 would be
so cool.
I also...
either one.
If I were to be a little bit more practical, Diablo 6.0.
Yeah.
But a Diablo is our friend is proving is a very difficult car to own, but I want one so badly.
Yeah, me too. That would be cool. I would have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I could leverage a lot and really go crazy. I would definitely get an F40, F50.
The problem is you discovered is once you get past like 10 cars, it becomes a burden.
That's one of the reasons I'd go after like the craziest of crazy.
Yeah.
I would have a lot of crazy stuff, but it'd be probably about the same number of cars.
Yeah.
And my financial situation would be as sketchy as some of the people who are out there today, possibly watching and thinking, is he talking about me? Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, not Hoovy. Compared to some of these guys that we've now heard some stories about,
Yeah.
Hoovy is Dave Ramsey.
You can see how it happens though, because you normalize it very quickly.
Yeah.
It's just like a,
Well, and you're thinking only about monthly expenses. Like,
Yeah.
can I cover this? Can I cover the payment this month? If I make it this much in AdSense, I can do that. And you're not thinking about like any sort of long-term saving or how you can continue to exist or whatever. And so like your only thought is, can I cover that payment this month? If I make
sure.
this video, I can. Okay, well then I can get another one or do even more crazy videos. And the next thing you know, you're earning 150 grand a month, but your spend is 146 grand a month. You know?
yeah, and you've convinced everyone, I think, convinces themselves they're Mr. Beast, where they're not spending recklessly, they're reinvesting into
Right.
the business, you know? But like it's not. It's
no.
different.
From Kinetic SF, this is on the topic of what we just discussed. Doug, when are you going to stop kidding yourself and give in to the siren song of the 550 or 575? Given your comment in the video about being a daily option like your Ford GT, it seems like you do a straight equals dollar swap for a manual 550 or 575, or an auto and save money. So swapping the Ford GT into one of those. There is literally nothing in the world that would convince me to swap my Ford GT into 550 or 575.
Yeah.
There is literally nothing on this planet, no possible thing that could do that.
Yep.
Anyway, next question.
Because the Ferrari is just more fragile. The Ford is a very simple car. Realistically, it's very easy to take care of. Parts are inexpensive. That not one of those things can be said about
The
any Ferrari.
575 is dailyable from the perspective that it is relatively comfortable and relatively soft and relatively not noticeable and quite practical, more so than the Ford GT. But the thing the Ford GT has over those cars is that it is durable. And the 550 and 575, they are not durable. They are not reliable. They are expensive when they break. They are relatively reliable for Ferraris. If you were going to daily one, these cars, some of them have real miles on them. They're totally great, but they're not like the Ford GT.
No.
And more importantly, at the end of the day, the Ford GT just drives way better. Like not even close. Like simply drives much better. Like an order of magnitude.
As
It's a
it
different.
should.
It's as it should. It's a different category of car.
Different category, different year.
10 years
I mean, it's
newer.
much
Yeah.
newer.
much
I think that's really the big factor. But there is nothing that would convince me to do it. I still think about getting a Ferrari. Kennan is constantly getting on me about how I don't have a Ferrari. I've got all these.
Stick swap Super America needs
You've
to
owned
happen.
one Ferrari and one BMW.
It's
Something
silly.
to think about.
I got all these cars in my garage, and I got 2 Porsches now, which is honestly embarrassing. And I don't have a Ferrari.
Agreed.
What is going on?
Well, it makes sense. Your use case for it is difficult. Like
Why don't you convince me to get a Ferrari?
I'll work on it. I'm trying to get you to a BMW first, and we're working our way there.
How about
You
a
brought the M3
Sport Evo.
Yeah,
I
so-
got, dude. When we do that, I will be able to race anybody in a Ford Fusion Titanium.
I don't think that's true.
No, I don't
think
think
they
it
could
is.
take
That's
Gap
the
you. I think
turbo.
they take you to Gapplebee's.
Yeah, no.
But by now, though, they're all probably a little down on power.
Yeah.
You might have a shot.
that's a good point.
Maybe.
That's a good point. Plus, when do you find one? This isn't
Yeah.
Huron, Ohio. Am I right?
Yeah. Or Sandusky.
Okay, next question. We have a few more. We got a few more questions here. Dear Doug, you don't seem to care about show-worthy, low-mileage cars. You like cars that are for driving. But do door dings and rock chips bother you, or is that part of what makes a car in your view? And then he says, do you pay to fix door dings and rock chips in your cars? I never have ever. Not once. Remember when I sold those cars on the site with the broken windshields and everybody got so mad at me? People are like, how could you do this?
Yeah, it
the
was
windshield's broken. You could just replace
You can
it.
see it right there. Big crack.
No, I don't fix any of that stuff. A little different opinions on this side of the table. Kennan, Nick, do you want to give yours?
Yes, I'm very careful about where I park my car, so it's rare that it gets a door ding. But it periodically it has to go in for dent removal and PDR. It's not a big deal. Stone chips I'm actually less precious about. I've been waiting for one to hit my windshield for years. I'm so eager to replace that windshield, and it just never happens.
Why?
You know, it's got lots of little chips in it, but nothing big enough to like warrant. You know, like just because I know if I replace it, that'll be the day I take a
Well,
rock
you should
straight to
replace
the
it in
face.
PPF.
I hate the way PPF looks, and it scratches every time you use them.
I will say, one of the reasons I don't care about this, I got PPF, so my big four of my big five, the 993, the 4GT, the Carrera GT, they are all PPF'd fully. The Countach isn't, but the paint's trash. And I keep running it into stuff. So really, it's not a problem. And so it's not as big of an issue to me because when you have the whole car PPF'd, including the windshield, you don't have to necessarily be quite as careful, especially about paint factory. The PDR doesn't bother me at all. I mean, yeah, you can just get that done.
It's true. Yeah. For me, it's like, I don't know. To do great PPF work versus painting it costs the same. Like if you realistically look in, and it's like, and PPF is not all it's cracked up to be. It stains and gets crap all over it. And it's like there's a level of care required for it if you're me and want it to be perfect. That it's like it is more difficult than I had realized.
Never in my life have done anything.
Yeah, I'm aware. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not for me. What about you? Are you bothered by rock chips?
Somewhere in between the two of you. They bother me, but I live with them. I drive the cars. They all have imperfections. You find out about them. To your point, PDR and PPF, plus an occasional respray. Like, I'm buying used cars. So, like, I think it's if you buy something new and you want to preserve it. That's why the SLR bothered me. Is it was 4,000 some miles. I had to PPF it because it just was too nice, and I knew I would screw something.
And
up.
so he ended up PPFing random panels. He did like a couple of the fronts, one of the sides.
Well, I told Kevin do the front clip, and he's like, "Oh, well, while we're in there, we should do this part, we should do that part." And I didn't really do the calculus that he basically said, "Let's do everything but like a door." But
rock chips don't. No, listen, we can't all be Kennan. We wish we could. God.
Well, yes.
Okay, next question from Kiromex9192. Kiromex9192. Is there a cutting room floor of not safe for work Nick footage that we're all missing out on? I swear a few weeks ago, you and Costume Kennan were laughing way too hard at an innocuous Nick joke, and it couldn't have just been the one that was said.
Yep.
I bet it wasn't.
Yep. Our producer made the decision to cut that. It was really funny.
Every time Nick's on the show, Nick starts his show with this man of the people, I don't support Bezos, I love the workers rant. You should see what he says when the cameras are off.
Nick is one of the most entertaining people I know, and there are things that we can't, for his safety, we can't put out. But
I like to think I have no filter. The reality is I just don't think before I talk.
Similar, though.
I mean, that's the same thing.
There have been a number of clips circulated through the friend group of things I said that did not make the podcast. So, yes, it occasionally happens. I also think it's a good way to start the podcast if I make you laugh really hard and then throw you off your balance a little bit. So sometimes I strategically plant something in there just to mess with your head.
And other times it's just how it comes out.
Yeah, sometimes it just comes out.
No, Nick says a lot of stuff that is totally insane. We call him Crazy Nick, and I think that his full crazy isn't able to really shine through because some of the stuff just simply can't be put in front of hundreds of thousands of people. But
you know what's funny is the haters on the YouTube comment against me say that I don't take enough, like my opinions are very predictable and normal, and that I need to like take a more controversial opinion. I'm like, those just get cut.
His opinions, that's insane that he says that because he bought an SLR.
Yeah.
The whole thing was that he got rid of his Mercy, which everybody loves, and then the he got an SLR. That's the least predictable opinion a person could.
You know who else got an SLR? Manny got another one.
No, he did not.
He bought the one on Bring using an alias.
You're kidding.
He's going to do another HDK full MSO recommission kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's his 10th.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
People say I have a problem.
And when he bought it, he then screenshotted it on Instagram. He goes, "Wow, someone got an insane deal," and it was him. He later revealed that, so like he was in on the joke, but like
I love Manny so much.
Yep.
I love Manny indescribably much. You know what you ought to do is you ought to burn down Manny's car warehouse because that would have a significant impact on the number of SLRs around.
Well, don't give him an idea.
Like 10 fewer cars.
Maybe the Rare Shades Festival needs to be hosted at the Koshbin Company headquarters.
Dude, I got a Manny story for you that I've never told in this pod before.
All right.
I went up to film something with him. I used to film with him. He doesn't really he doesn't drive his cars, so I can't really film with him because I like to do a drive. Which is a shame because I legitimately liked Manny. I've met some people doing this and then I've met some people who I like. And Manny's one of the ones I truly liked. And he told me, because Manny had a yellow Carrera GT, and he told me right before they were starting to take off, right as they were starting to take off, that he had sold it for like $650.
Oh.
And he said it needed like 85 in service. It needed Courier
Yeah.
GTs after like 15 years needed the engine out, and it needed like, the cams were pitting. I mean, it needed real service, and the market hadn't quite taken off yet. And I, at that point, was like, could have stretched and maybe. And shame.
Got away.
Yeah, that's a 2 million car now.
Yeah.
And I have stuck with silver.
Good.
Meanwhile, Manny's stockpiling SLRs. Should have been stockpiling Courier GTs. He messed up.
I mean, he's like Michael Burry in The Big Short. He's not wrong. He's just early.
He's early.
Yeah.
He's early, and it's all going to work out for him eventually.
Nice, great quote.
Love that movie.
Here's a question for you guys on the subject of craziness. Emmy0424 writes, you said that in the past, Crazy Nick is only at a 7 out of 10 for his YouTube videos, which is true, by the way. He's crazier on the pod, I think, than he is in his own videos. He almost needs people to like play off.
Goad him on, yeah.
Like when we did this thing with the A2 on the desert, we got to edit some of it because it's not appropriate.
Like what?
The car maintenance habits of people in parts of the middle of the country. We can't cover some of that. But anyway,
I don't recall that.
I'll remind you off podcast. But anyway, on the same scale, the question asks, how much crazier is Doug in real life compared to the podcast?
You are pretty crazy, and we do give him a lot of shtick. But you have it's fun setting you off. Like when he says something, you go, "What?" Doug is crazy in some other ways. Like I don't think people realize how deep your tennis addiction really runs. Like
I only like to talk about cars. I don't really get into some of the non-car stuff.
Well,
I have some real passions and interests that have nothing to do with cars that we never cover.
And they run deep. All of a sudden, he'll mention something. It's like, what long form did he read today where he got into that? So Doug is a very crazy person as well. We're all pretty nuts in different ways.
I always describe you as you're exactly in your videos how you are in real life.
You think so?
I see zero difference. You are incredibly energetic and loud and fun, but like over the top at all times, on or off camera.
I would argue though, in the regular videos, I'm not as much like that as I am in the pod, where I think it's like how we all thought Jerry Seinfeld was like a warm teddy bear nice guy until we started watching comedians in cars getting coffee, and we realized he hates everyone. Now, I don't hate everyone, to be clear. But I think there's like a personality shift that was realized when I got on the pod.
I feel like when you're on the pod, you're not like you're maybe turning up the energy a little bit, but you're very high energy. Like this is largely a representative sample.
As it is of you.
Yeah.
This is real Nick.
You come over, you compliment my home decor in the same calm manner that you speak here. It's very consistent.
This is great stuff.
You love my nautical theme.
This is great. I love that you've hung this generic picture of a boat from Home Goods a little bit off center on this wall that's 10 times larger than the painting. This is great. That's what I say.
I have heard him say stuff like that before.
Oh gosh, we did a walking tour of my neighborhood once, and
that was a
couldn't look at any of my neighbors in the eye for a while.
That was a tough situation for everybody. I somewhat regret that, but also I couldn't stop it. Next question from Benny T, mostly for Doug. You have a short list of cars left after having so many. What else is on it? It's an interesting point, and I've started to realize that I don't have that many more cars left that I actually want, which is a scary thought. I had made a list like 10 years ago of cars I want.
Yeah.
And on that list, and I've kept it as an Apple Note on my phone for 10 years. And on that list, I have either crossed off or no longer desired almost every car. And I'm not adding to it. I'm not sitting here like, ooh, this came out. I really want that. It's getting slim, which is one of the reasons I haven't sold any of my special cars. I don't find replacements that I'm like really particularly interested in. When I look at my list of cars that I want, this famous list that I have that I've been keeping for so long, the only things that I see that I really, really still want, some sort of Euro-only Mercedes-AMG wagon, either a C55 from 2005 or a C43 from the late 90s or an E55 from 01. An Evo 6 left-hand drive in blue. They don't exist, basically. 996 GT2, 911. Mark IV Super Turbo, for sure. Mega, Cruiser, R34 GTR. That's kind of it. That's like 6 cars, right? Yeah. And I got my whole life left to live. What am I going to do? An F40. I mean, I got F40. I've got some expensive stuff on this list that would be amazing, but I couldn't afford it then, can't afford it now. Probably never will, and I'm kind of okay with that. There's just not all that much stuff that I'm particularly interested in anymore, and that scares me. That like literally scares me as well. I'm not exaggerating. Like when I think about it, like nothing, and not cars aren't being built that I sit here thinking that's going to go on my list.
Yep, my list is not long either as I look at it.
What
now.
do you have on? You got a list?
Of course, yeah. And I made this probably also about 6-7 years ago.
damn it.
6, 7.
Actually, not many. Only one. Well, only 2.
Why? Why are
God,
you like that?
God,
I don't know.
you are a literal child. So for me, the only BMWs, Z4M Roadster and Z8. The only 2 that are on there.
Not M Coupe, Z4M Coupe.
Nope, Roadster.
Damn.
Live in Southern California.
Yeah, but the Coupe is cool.
First gen V12 Vanquish S, CT5 V Blackwing, Dodge Viper RT10 or SRT10, 575, 612, 599 Garda Superleggera first gen, LC500, 996 Turbo, 997.1 GT3, 981 Boxer Spider.
Those cars will last you a while. You
Yeah,
get one of
all
those
of
every
those.
2 years, you're good till you're 60.
Yeah, there you go. So,
I'm screwed.
Well, yes, we're different seasons of our lives.
I'm out.
Yeah.
This is it.
I don't know what to
We're
do.
not that different in age. I'm only 7 years older than you are.
That's a pretty significant difference.
I want a list like that.
Well, I'll send it to you. I'll text it to you. But you,
I
you
think
must
it
have
was
the list.
Incredibly long.
The
This'll
problem,
be good.
it's very long, although I realize part of the reason it's so long is I have the Blackwood in there twice.
He wants it so much.
However, I think the problem we were discussing off pod is as you ascend the ranks of automotive vehicles, it's hard to take back steps, right? The Termi Cobra, for instance, like we wanted that forever, but if you've had a Ford GT, it's a huge step backwards and you're never going to drive it.
Yeah.
Same with the Multipla, like it's cool, but when I have an SLR and a P38 and all these amazing vehicles to choose from, it's hard to choose the Multipla. So that out of the way.
I agree with that. That's a point that is like real. I think about that a lot. Like there are cars on this list that I really idolized at one point.
Yeah.
But then I look at it now. Multiple was on my list, but I look at it now and I'm like, I know what that's going to be like, and I'm just not going to.
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that kind of.
Yeah, I think that's why all these brands are coming out that are like the SSC2 Atara and the Aspark Owl. It's
For
like,
people who just they got it all. What else is out there?
Yeah, they need something more exotic and ridiculous. And so unless it has 2,000 horsepower and a 13-speed manual transmission, they're not interested.
Yeah.
So I will say I'm surprised at your list, like a Chrysler ME412.
I do think
there's
that
a lot
both of our lists
cool
would
vehicles
change
in
if
there.
our financial circumstances changed. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. F50
Like-
would be on the list, and so I mean, yeah.
Like if I had a ton more
F1,
money, there would be more cars. Not as many as I wish, but like if you'd have F40, et cetera, et cetera.
Like Powerball's at $1 billion right
Yeah.
now. If I won that, like it would be, I mean, absolutely. I'd show up in an F50 next week.
You know, it would almost be sad
It would
though
be
because
speedboat season, you know?
it would, it would almost be sad though because don't you think that we would eventually get to the same place with infinite money that we've gotten to without infinite money?
You know, I think sort of.
It's almost nice to have.
you'd be getting
I don't know. I think we're intellectual. I like to think we're intellectual enough. I think it would balloon like this, and then we kind of pare down, and you just end up with a 993 turbo.
But that's kind of my point. Like in 10 years after you had infinite money, you'd sit there and be like, yeah, I had the XJ220 whatever. And you know what? I didn't want any of those cars, and there's still nothing that I want. And now I have infinite money, and there's still nothing that I want. That'd be sad. I almost don't want infinite money for that reason. I would be nice to have something to aspire to.
I think I'll take the infinite money. That sounds pretty good to me. I think there are
You get
other
my
interests
point,
I would
though, right?
indulge,
Like,
but yes,
like
I understand.
I have a suspicion that even with all the money, and I've seen this with car collectors that I know who have crazy money, they get the F40, the F50, the Enzo, all the cars, and then eventually they're like, well,
Well, the Sultan of Brunei is the best example. He got so bored he just had stuff.
almost
manufactured.
all the guys I know who are in that circumstance moved on to something like the Sultan, not paying Rolls-Royce to develop their own cars, but like one-offs or weird customs or whatever that like other guys rich guys couldn't have.
Right.
You know, if the Sultan Brunei Prince Jeffrey was doing this thing today, do you think he'd be getting in fights with CVK over Instagram? How
Yes.
sick would that be?
Yes. Absolutely.
Wouldn't that be like, that would be
I didn't
some
think about
solid
that. Dude,
entertainment.
the Sultan would be, it'd be like the UAE, honestly, it'd be like the Middle East. Like it'd be like rich people there.
It'd be great.
It'd be, oh my God.
Yeah.
And it'd be hard to keep those cars off Insta. He wouldn't keep those cars off Insta.
No, I think he would have like
He would
the most
want to be
followed
in
account.
there. Yeah. He did everything but too early. Nick, what's on your list?
I mean, do you want the serious cars or the
Just
obtainable cars?
hit me with 10 randoms. Let me have, you got it up? You got it up? Let me say it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. C5 RS6 stick swap. CLS 55. What?
What? Really?
Not the 63, which was more powerful in the same
I
body.
went the M113K.
55 is a little more reliable. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Funkmaster Flex Ford Expedition.
That'll be a car I'm immediately disappointed in, but yes, I want one.
It was just an Expedition with different paint. It was
Two-tone.
That's it, though.
The FMF logo.
Otherwise, it's like a 2012 Ford Expedition.
You may not appreciate the finer details of a Funkmaster Flex, but some of us do.
02 to 06 Jaguar XKR. That's the previous body.
I like the previous body, but 02 is a facelift, and they took care of some issues.
I actually really like the 96, 97s. ML55 or 63, radically different cars. X5 4.8, but he doesn't want the 4.6, the better looking one.
Well,
Pajero Evo.
why?
He wrote M Coupe, and then he wrote S52 or S54. In other words, any M Coupe. He's got some checked
Well,
off.
I wanted to remind myself not to be too snobbish, that the 52 is probably fine.
He has on here P38, check. Another P38, check. And he has hopefully one more P38. 430 Scoot conversion, 575 conversion, 599 conversion. Okay. R63. Any progress on the R63 front?
No, there's literally one for sale, and it's pewter, and I don't want pewter.
No,
so.
you don't. I have
Been
that.
there, done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't ever see my pewter station wagon. You should have. Would have turned you off pewter even more.
Yeah.
Ford Ranger Splash Flare Side. Go to the site.
Ideally in yellow, yeah, but the red looked pretty good.
Type
too.
in Ranger Splash.
This is another one of those nostalgic.
Here. That's it.
Yeah, that white one's pretty good, although, again, yellow or red, ideally. Ooh, that was in La Jolla.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
This is a two-wheel drive. You could have been there, dude.
I know.
This is a terrible driving experience.
I'm sure.
I mean, go to the interior. You remember this interior?
Yeah, it was a Ford Explorer 91 and 94.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anytime I see, it's funny because so many cars, the outside, you look, okay, and then you look at the interior, and it's like, I know what that feels like. I know what that smells like.
I
I don't want anything to do with that car.
I would love to get one. Like, it doesn't have to be a flare side or a splash because I don't want to ruin an important car. But I would like to get a pickup one day that's body dropped and can lay frame. Shaved door handles, just go full blown mini truck nationals circa 2004.
God. All right, folks. This being the Christmas episode, I want to stop a little early today because we received some gifts, some holiday gifts from some viewers.
Yes,
Kennan,
we
would
did.
you like to show us what people have sent us? And by the way, if you're at home and you're thinking you want to send us something, don't. Instead, send us an email to Sean@carsandbids.com. That's SEAN, Sean@carsandbids.com.
All right, we have several gifts. So one of them is a
Oh,
Nissan Armada cologne.
You're kidding.
Now, I'm guessing that smells like...
God. Uber.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like someone's trying to cover up menthol smoke.
I was gonna say
You've got
it smells
to
like
be
bad
kidding.
financial decisions and going way too fast on the highway. But yeah, fascinating. How greenlit this at Nissan? They're that desperate to.
This must have been.
Is this new or old?
Hard to tell. It's still shrink wrap.
All right, Nick. Huh? Try it. No, we're not. I'm not taking it out of the box. You kidding? This is high quality stuff.
I'll try it if it's phthalate free.
Nick, given that this is the Nissan Armada, what are the three languages on the bottom that the warning has been translated into?
All Eastern European. Beyond that, I don't know. Polish.
No, come on.
Czech.
Where is the Armada the most popular?
Well, I assume Japan because it's a Japanese vehicle.
The first language on here is
Texan.
Arabic.
Arabic? Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, sand dunes.
And then it's French and English. This is the greatest gift we've ever been given. Nissan Armada Cologne. This is the kind of thing they give you at press launches. Folks, I don't go to automotive press launches anymore, but my biggest regret not going to the press launches is that I don't get gifts anymore. They used to give me the worst gifts you could imagine, and I've saved them all, and I have some wild gifts. Like my Nissan Z sushi knife. Remember that?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. But although you don't get those gifts anymore, we do have more gifts that people have sent us.
What's this one?
This one, I don't know. Maybe these are spiders. I have no idea what these are, but they sent us a little card as well.
In a baggie?
I will let you read
This
it.
is gonna.
It's like anthrax.
There's anthrax in here.
It could
Dear Doug, Kennan, and Filippo, and Crazy Nick, I hope you enjoy opening the finest collection of 20-year-old authentic imported cars direct from Albania. Oh my
wow.
God.
Not anthrax.
And it comes with a...
Oh, sport!
Oh, it comes with a-
Crossblade!
No way!
Let me have one.
This one has Italian plates on it.
That one, those are
Although they
license
could be-
plates for the.
And then here's a non-cross
You're
blade.
kidding. Some guy, okay, wait, this came from Jason in Albania, and they're cars in eggs, and this one is
this one's
fake.
disassembled.
Oh my God, that one's broken apart. This is the greatest gift I've ever seen. Jason
The crossblade is the coolest.
Jason is actually a doctor in Farmington, Utah. Oh, this is a smart 4.4. God,
This
Filippo's
is,
going to go nuts.
That weird car Sean wants. The Renault Sport Spider.
Let me see.
Is that a sports
That's
spider?
that's a smart.
That's a
roadster.
smart roadster. Yeah.
Okay. Close enough.
They're easily
Swinging them in.
assemblable too. This is amazing. This is the greatest gift that anyone's ever given me, even better than the cologne. Nick,
You
are you
see?
seeing this?
You see, you don't get press launches, but you're not getting
That's
this stuff
exciting.
at press launches.
This is one of those. What was this thing called?
If Kennan and I stick with YouTube for another 10, 12 years, we might be getting stuff like
They're
this.
sending this to all of us. He says, "Dear Doug, Kennan, Filippo, and Crazy Nick," and he spelled all of our names right.
he
which no one, has
No one
ever-
does that. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. That's a detail that's often missed.
This is. I know Filippo's name has never been
Oh,
spelled
I've seen.
correctly.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't open. My God, Nick, this was going to go in my press launch collection.
Can we just show how this is pretty nice?
all right, Nick.
Little
You got,
vessel.
all right, since you've opened it, let's spray a little bit. Not on me. On your wrist. On your wrist. On your wrist. What are you doing? Oh, he's just embracing it.
That's how you are supposed to do it.
Well,
That
if
is-
you like how it
that's-
smells.
If you like how it smells, I mean, if you like smelling like an Armada.
These are the greatest things I've ever been given. Dude, I'm taking the smart
How's it
crossblade
smell?
home. This is so cool.
Oh, that's right. You can't
I
smell.
can't smell yet.
I forgot.
Do you
I do it
see
for
the smart
others.
crossblade, human people? No.
Not great.
It's too small. And you know what? That's what makes it so great. You agree these are the greatest gifts we've ever been given.
Well,
I don't know. We got more time.
it doesn't end there.
Wait,
Hold
hang on. There's an explanation for these
Also,
gifts.
I gave you part of a Whistling Diesel's G-Wagon.
Magic Kinder. They're Kinder eggs with smart cars in them.
That's very cool. This one is for you specifically.
Oh,
This
boy.
is a bath mat.
A bath mat.
It's shaped like what appears to be a low body Countach.
It's my Countach. You ever seen it?
It looks low body to me.
No. Pick it up. It's mine. Pick it up on that side.
This would be good when you get out of your car wearing only socks.
This is a 5-liter. That's so true.
Put it out, and then you can clean your socks off before we
That's
enter.
such a great point. This is really good. Show the.
Yeah, this is-
That is legit.
This is not a low body. What is this low body? This is exactly my
I don't
car.
know. It looks a little
White, black, white wheels.
It's very cool.
Very.
It's very soft too. Very
it?
fluffy. Yeah.
We gonna use it in our bathroom here in the office.
You know what? We might actually. But there's one more, and this one is probably the most impressive.
This is the most
I
impressive.
have to be very careful.
I want a crossblade again. I'm putting it back on the list.
Yeah.
This is an F40 LM.
This is an F40 LM.
This was made by
Wow.
a viewer in New York, and he put this together completely out of cardboard, and he did it completely himself. There's nothing like that was bought and put on here. He made everything himself, from like the calipers to the wheels to the engine compartment.
Folks, because we cannot have an F40, we have this instead.
We have this F40 LM, which is so cool. I have a very specific honorary place I'd like to put it in our office, but this is really
It's
neat.
not going to go behind the pod studio.
Well, its room's getting tight back there. I might be able to squeeze
We
it
have some
in.
of the most bizarre and interesting car stuff that has ever existed. Where did we get that piston?
That was from. Hold on, this one. This is from. The carpet's very difficult here. This is from one of our employees named Colton. It's from an engine that he blew up. And so that is a twisted connecting rod. That's
Yikes.
a lot of force.
That is a lot of force.
I mean, and there's where the valve met the
Yep.
piston. That's a tough loss. But I mean, even when you money shifted, you didn't do this.
Nope.
So
I just
I
fried
think
some
you did.
piston rings.
Really?
not this
Was
bad. Like
Yeah,
this is.
because I didn't money shift it. It was some detonating due to a faulty tune.
Right.
Had I money shifted, it would have been a lot harder to rebuild.
These are all great gifts. We love all the weird car stuff we have here. Obviously, the greatest gift we've ever been given is each other on this holiday season, and also this crossblade. Now, this F40 is very cool. You have a place for it. It will live in our office
It will
forever.
live in our office with tremendous honor. It is really cool.
Again, if you want to send us gifts, the address to send them is Sean@carsandbids.com. SEAN at carsandbids.com. That's where you send them to. This was our podcast with questions. Nick, do you have any parting thoughts?
No, I was just wondering what automotive gifts I've given or received that were good. It's
Well,
very
actually-
hard to buy and gift for car.
You gave us my very favorite gift on this podcast. Do you remember what it was?
The G-Wagon?
Whistling Diesel.
Yeah.
Yep. Whistling Diesel. Known taxi vader. Just
Yeah.
kidding. Free whistling. There it is. he destroyed a G-Wagon, which I'm sure was titled in Montana. And we have a portion of it right here.
Right.
And it's, obviously, I'm a huge Wilson fan, as I've mentioned many times in the pod, which, by the way, whenever I say it, the amount of people in the comments were like, I lost all respect for Doug. Yikes. Anyway, this was a gift that you gave us, and it's amazing.
Yeah, we've kind of had a little bit of a truce inside of the group on giving each other gifts because everyone, one, buys everything they want, but two, I think just a very difficult crowd. The gift card we got for you the one year so that you could get around your budget cap on maintenance was a good one.
This year it worked.
Yeah.
You know how else he got around that? He got a second card and just spent tons of money on that instead.
Maybe he's like, pad the invoice on this one by $1,000 and then you can just...
And then put it into my other one.
Hey, I've done a great job sticking to it.
Just write alignment, don't write which cards.
We'll review in the new year whether I crossed the line or not. I think, was it you that got Sam, it was like cameos of like Parker Nierenstein.
Oh, yeah.
For his birthday. Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah.
I got Parker, but then I was worried Parker wouldn't get back, so I also got a second cameo from someone. Ed Bullion, that's right, yeah.
Is that still a thing?
No.
It's still around, but I think it's...
Not like it was during COVID.
Yeah.
It was great. That was a great gift by you.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year's. You know, the Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays thing I never got because there are two holidays. It's even the people who are all Christmassy. It's Christmas and New Year's. That's the holiday.
No, and Hanukkah...
Well, no, I know, but
Kwanzaa.
people are like, I'm not going to say anything other than Merry Christmas.
And Festivus.
But even the Merry Christmas people, New Year's is a holiday that is also a day off at this time. I've never understood that.
Oh, so your Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays
nothing
even
further.
includes Merry Christmas. You understand what I'm saying?
It's just a Larry David level of specificity.
But you get my point. You get
your
my point. So it's like, oh, I'm not going to say anything with Merry Christmas. Well, what, you're not wishing me a Happy New Year? You're sitting here, you're not wishing me a
Wish
Happy
me
New
a
Year?
bad New Year?
That is some...
I'm offended.
I'm offended. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.